The sky above Earth was calm, but deep in space, something moved. Far beyond the orbit of Pluto, a tiny signal blinked in the silence of the void. No one had noticed it at first. It was weak, almost like a whisper, but it carried a strange pattern, a message that no one could ignore. At the International Space Research Station, Dr. Elena Torres was the first to notice. She had been staring at the monitors for hours, scanning the usual streams of cosmic data. The room was quiet, except for the low hum of machines. Then, a small red light blinked on her console. The signal repeated itself in a loop. It was structured, precise, but unlike anything humans had seen. "Elena," a voice called from behind. Commander Raj Patel walked into the room, his brow furrowed. "What is it?" "I don't know," she said, pointing at the screen. "It's a signal, but it's not natural. It's like someone is sending a message, and it's getting stronger." Raj's face tightened. "From where, El?" "Far beyond our system," she whispered. "I ran the coordinates. It's coming from outside the known territories. Someone is out there." The room went silent. The other scientists gathered around, staring at the screens. Every eye was wide, every mind racing. Could it be another civilization? A threat? Or just a cosmic accident? Dr. Torres activated the translation algorithm. The computer worked slowly, its processors straining to decode the signal. Symbols flickered across the screen, strange shapes that seemed almost alive. The software translated a fragment into words. "Terran space is forbidden. Leave or face consequences." The room froze. Raj spoke first, his voice low. "Consequences? For what?" No one had an answer. The message repeated itself, each time louder, more urgent. It was a warning, and not just any warning. It sounded like a declaration. An order from something far more powerful than Earth itself. Meanwhile, on Earth's surface, news channels picked up on unusual readings from space telescopes. The story spread quickly. People watched in awe as scientists confirmed a strange message from the void. Some laughed nervously, saying it must be a joke, but many felt the chill of fear. This was no ordinary signal. Something had noticed Earth, and it was not friendly. The United Nations called an emergency session. Leaders from every nation crowded into the council chamber. The atmosphere was tense, every delegate aware that the world might be on the brink of something unimaginable. Dr. Torres explained the situation. "It is a warning. Something in space has detected Earth. The message is clear. Do not enter Terran space." "Do they think they can threaten us? Earth has survived wars before. We are not afraid," one ambassador said. But others were quieter. Their faces betrayed worry. Satellites and sensors were checked again and again. The readings were consistent. Something massive, something advanced, was moving closer. The Galactic Empire, as humans began to call it, was beyond imagination. Their technology was unlike anything Earth had. Ships that could cross light years in days. Weapons that could destroy planets. The warning was not empty. If ignored, it could mean annihilation. Back in the space station, Elena and her team worked day and night. They analyzed every part of the signal, trying to understand if it was a threat or a mistake. But the pattern was too precise to be an accident. It was intelligent, calculated. Raj looked out of the observation window at the blackness of space. "We're not alone," he said softly. "And whatever is out there, it knows we are here." Lena nodded. "It's not just knowing. It's watching and judging." The team realized that Earth was under observation. Every satellite, every probe, every human-made device could be monitored. They were like children under the gaze of an invisible giant. The first night after the discovery, the world held its breath. Lights flickered in cities. People looked up at the stars, imagining eyes in the darkness. No one slept easily. The message had changed everything. Earth was no longer just a home. It was a target, point of interest in a galaxy that had never noticed humans before. Then came the rumors. Observatories reported strange movements near the outer planets. Fleets of unknown objects, moving too fast, appearing and disappearing. Satellites detected energy bursts, as if someone was testing Earth's defenses. The message was only the beginning. In the military command centers, officers reviewed satellite feeds. Admiral Hanwei studied the images carefully. "We are not prepared," he admitted. "If they come, we don't know if we can stop them." But not everyone was fearful. Scientists and engineers began working on new defenses. AI systems were activated. Secret research facilities were reopened. Plans that had been theoretical for decades suddenly became urgent realities. Earth had to be ready for survival, for honor, for everything it meant to be human. Meanwhile, Dr. Torres kept analyzing the signal. Late one night, alone in the lab, she noticed a new pattern. It wasn't just a warning, it contained coordinates. The message repeated, "Leave Terran space, or consequences will follow." But the coordinates pointed directly to the solar system. She realized with a sinking feeling, they were being watched, not just from afar. Something had chosen Earth. Something powerful, ancient, and patient. The galaxy's attention had shifted. And humanity had no idea what was coming. The next morning, the United Nations prepared to make a public statement. Raj and Alina stood together facing the cameras. The world needed to know the truth, but how much could they reveal without causing panic? As the press conference began, cameras rolled and millions tuned in. Raj spoke clearly. "Today, Earth has received a message from beyond our stars. A message that warns us, threatens us, and tells us that Terran space is forbidden. We do not know who sent it or what will happen next, but we know one thing: humanity will stand together." The words were strong, but the silence afterward was heavier. The world waited, and somewhere in the void, beyond the reach of human eyes, the galactic empire listened. A fleet of ships, larger than any planet, moved quietly. Its commanders studied the planets, calculating, planning. They had sent a warning, but warnings were only the beginning. Now, they would see if Earth was worthy of survival, or if it would be destroyed like countless worlds before it. And so Earth held its breath. Night after night, the signal pulsed. A promise, a threat, a question that no one could answer. Would humanity survive the attention of the galaxy? In the quiet of space, the first ominous signal continued to blink. It was the sound of the galaxy noticing Earth for the first time, and it was only the beginning. The world had barely recovered from the shock of the signal when another message arrived. This one was different, clearer, louder. The words echoed through Earth's communication networks, almost like the galaxy itself was speaking. At the United Nations Command Center, Dr. Elena Torres and Commander Raj Patel stared at the new message. Their faces were pale, their minds racing. The screen displayed the words, "Terran space is forbidden. Any intrusion will be met with immediate retaliation." This is not a warning. The tone was sharper, colder. It was no longer a suggestion. It was an ultimatum. The Galactic Empire had spoken, and humanity had no choice but to listen, or face destruction. Raj clenched his fists. "They're serious," he muttered. "This is not bluffing. They have the power to back this up." Lena nodded. "And they're watching us closely. They know our movements, our satellites, our defenses. They've been studying Earth for months, maybe years." In space, far beyond the orbit of Neptune, the Galactic Empire's fleet moved like shadows. Ships larger than cities glimmered in the darkness, their engines silent but deadly. Commanders reviewed Earth's defenses. They had expected resistance, but what surprised them was the planet's potential. Humans were clever, resourceful, and dangerous, in ways the Empire had underestimated. Back on Earth, governments debated the next move. Some wanted to respond aggressively, showing strength to the galaxy. Others argued for caution. Diplomats suggested sending peaceful messages. But there was fear that any action could trigger retaliation. The debate was heated. Every voice carried tension. Every decision weighed on the balance of humanity's survival. Meanwhile, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly. Space stations were reinforced. Satellites were equipped with new sensors and defensive systems. Secret Earth weapons, previously only theoretical, were now being prepared for action. Humanity had never faced a challenge like this before. Every mind was focused on one goal: survival. Alina and her team studied the Empire's signal closely. Hidden within the message were coordinates, patterns, and timing codes. It wasn't just a warning, it was a test. The Empire wanted to see how Earth would react, and Earth's response would decide its fate. Raj gathered the top military leaders in a high-security room. We are facing a force unlike anything we've ever seen. Their technology, their fleets. It's beyond imagination. But we cannot show fear. We must demonstrate that Earth will not be conquered easily. Admiral Han Wei, one of Earth's most experienced commanders, spoke next. We have advantages they don't expect. Our knowledge of the planet, our ingenuity, and our willingness to fight. If we plan carefully, we can survive their first strike and even turn the tables. The room was tense. Every word carried weight. Every plan had to account for unimaginable enemy power. And every second counted, because the Galactic Empire would not wait forever. Outside Earth's atmosphere, alien scouts began moving closer. Small ships darted through the darkness, observing, scanning, testing the planet's defenses. Earth's satellites detected them but could not stop them entirely. Humanity had to act fast. Dr. Torres worked alongside engineers to analyze alien technology. They're advanced, she said, eyes fixed on the monitor. Faster than anything we've seen. Weapons that can destroy multiple cities at once. Shields that adapt to attacks in seconds. Raj stood beside her. Then we show them we're not easy targets. We may not have their size or numbers, but we have strategy, intelligence, and determination. That can make a difference. As the Galactic Empire's scouts continued their observations, tension rose worldwide. People watched the night sky with fear and curiosity. Satellites sent back images of strange glowing ships that appeared and vanished within moments. The signal from space pulsed constantly, a reminder of the Empire's presence and power in secret bunkers and research labs. Earth's brightest minds prepared for war. Weapons that had existed only in theory were brought to life. Energy shields, orbital cannons, advanced AI systems, all were being readied for an enemy that might strike without warning. And then, by night, a small alarm sounded at the space station. A scout ship had entered the outer orbit of the solar system. It moved deliberately, observing Earth's defenses, recording every detail. Raj and Alina watched the images on their screens. They're closer than we thought, he said. His voice was calm, but his eyes were sharp, and they're learning. Every move we make, they recorded. We have to be ready. Elena's hand trembled slightly as she typed commands into the system. We've never faced anything like this. But we have time just enough to prepare. The first strike will come soon, and we cannot fail. Back on Earth, the public remained mostly unaware of the full danger. Governments released statements that downplayed the threat, calling it a possible warning from unknown space forces. But scientists and military leaders knew the truth. The galaxy had noticed humanity, and not all attention was friendly. The Galactic Empire's ultimatum left no room for negotiation. Earth had to prepare, to defend, and to demonstrate that humanity would not be intimidated. As the days passed, tension grew. Ships were built in record time. Satellites were equipped with defensive systems. And humans, for the first time, united against a threat that was larger than nations, larger than continents, and larger than anything Earth had faced before. The first skirmish was coming. Everyone knew it. The question was not if, but when. And whether Earth could survive the power of a galactic force that had conquered countless worlds before. At night, Alina looked out from the space station window. The stars were bright, but her mind was heavy. They're coming, she whispered. And we have to show them that Earth is not a planet to be taken lightly. Raj stood beside her, silent. Together they watched the void, knowing that the fate of humanity rested on what they would do next. The Galactic Empire had sent an ultimatum, but Earth was not ready to surrender. And somewhere in the darkness of space, the Empire's commanders observed, calculating, preparing, And wondering just how strong this small blue planet truly was, the message was clear. Terran space is forbidden. Enter and face the consequences. But humanity had made its choice. They would fight. And the galaxy was about to witness the beginning of a war it would never forget. Earth was no longer just a home for humans. It had become a point of attention in the galaxy. Every move was being watched. Every signal scanned. The Galactic Empire had made its warning clear. Terran space is forbidden. But now humans began to realize that the Empire didn't just want obedience, they wanted to test Earth. To see how strong, how clever, and how dangerous humans really were, deep underground. In one of Earth's most secret research facilities, scientists gathered around glowing screens. Dr. Elena Torres paced the room, her mind racing. "We cannot fight with conventional weapons alone," she said. "We need to show them we have secrets they cannot understand. If they think Earth is weak, we are finished." Commander Raj Patel nodded. "What are you suggesting?" Elena stopped and pointed to a massive map of Earth's orbital defenses. "We have technologies the world doesn't even know about. Shield systems that can cover entire cities' AI, that can predict attacks, and weapons that can strike faster than light. We've kept them hidden because the world wasn't ready. But now we must be ready." The scientists worked feverishly. In hidden labs, machines whirred and lights flashed. Engineers calibrated weapons, programmed AI, and tested shields. Every system had to function perfectly. One mistake could mean the end of humanity. Meanwhile, in orbit, the Galactic Empire's scouts watched silently. They moved through the darkness, invisible but deadly. The Empire had faced thousands of civilizations, planets that had tried to resist and all had failed. But Earth was different. Something about humans was unexpected. Back on Earth, spies and saboteurs tried to infiltrate the research facilities. They came under the guise of scientists, technicians, even diplomats, but every attempt failed mysteriously. Security systems activated automatically, doors locked, and intruders disappeared before causing damage. Elena realized that Earth had another advantage: hidden forces. The Empire could not predict. She didn't understand all of it herself, but the systems seemed alive, almost conscious, responding to threats on their own. In the military command center, Raj studied the latest reports. "They are probing us," he said, "trying to find weaknesses. But every time they think they know, we surprise them. That gives us hope." Admiral Hanway, ever cautious, reminded them, "Hope is not enough. We must be ready for full-scale assault. Their main fleet could arrive at any time. We need a plan that works, no matter what." Elena's mind raced. "Then we fight smart, not just hard. Let them see strength where they expect weakness. Let them underestimate us. They always do." The first tests of Earth's secret defenses began. Satellites fired energy pulses at dummy targets in orbit. Shield systems were activated over major cities. AI systems monitored every corner of the globe, coordinating responses in seconds. Humanity was learning to fight in ways the Empire could not anticipate. Outside, the Galactic Empire's scouts reported back to the main fleet. "The planet is more prepared than expected," one commander said. "Their defenses are advanced, and their technology is unusual. They are adapting quickly." "Adaptation alone will not save them," another replied. "They are small, weak, and inexperienced. But observe closely. They may provide amusement before destruction." On Earth, humans did not wait for the Empire's amusement. They tested strategies, trained soldiers, and built secret bunkers for civilians. The world united in a way that had never happened before. Borders, politics, and disputes were set aside. Humanity had one enemy, one goal: survival. Elena watched a simulation of the Galactic Empire's fleet approaching the solar system. Ships the size of cities moved with precision, their weapons capable of erasing continents. Yet Earth's hidden systems created layers of defense. Shields that shimmered in simulations. Weapons that could strike back faster than any human had imagined. Raj leaned over her shoulder. "Do you think it's enough?" Elena shook her head. "I don't know, but it's all we have. And if we use it wisely, We might make them think twice before attacking. The Empire, meanwhile, was puzzled. Every civilization they had conquered fell quickly. But humans were different. They hid strength in plain sight. They adapted unpredictably. And they were willing to fight with courage, intelligence, and ingenuity. Night fell on Earth, and the world held its breath. From small towns to sprawling cities, people looked at the stars and felt both fear and determination. The message from space was clear: leave Terran space or face consequences. But humans were not leaving. Not now. Not ever. Alina returned to the observation deck of the space station. She gazed at the stars, imagining the Empire's ships moving through the void. "They don't understand us," she whispered. "They think we are weak, that we are easy prey. But they are wrong. They have never faced Earth like this." Raj joined her silently. "Then we show them. We'll make them see that humanity is not a planet to be conquered lightly." The first skirmish would soon arrive. The Galactic Empire would test Earth, push it to its limits, and try to break its defenses. But humans were ready, or at least as ready as they could be, and in the darkness of space, alien scouts reported back again, their signals filled with both curiosity and caution. They had underestimated humans before. Now, the Empire would learn that Earth was more than just a blue planet. It was a force to be reckoned with. The secret weapons, the AI, the shields, and the determination of humanity all were hidden, unknown, and ready. The galaxy had warned Earth. The Empire had issued its ultimatum, and humanity had made a choice: fight, survive, and protect Terran space at all costs. The war was not yet here, but the first battle was coming. And when it came, the Empire would discover something it had never expected: the heart and ingenuity of humanity. The first signs of the Galactic Empire's presence were subtle at first. Satellites detected unusual energy bursts near the outer planets. Then, reports came of strange ships appearing and disappearing, moving faster than anything Earth had seen. Humanity had expected an attack, but the scale and precision were shocking. Commander Raj Patel stood in the command center, eyes fixed on the main display. "They're testing us," he said. "They want to see how we react, what our defenses can do." Dr. Alina Torres tapped at her console. "Our satellites confirm multiple scout ships approaching the asteroid belt. They're armed, but small. They won't attack directly. This is reconnaissance, and possibly a warning." Admiral Hanway nodded grimly. "Then we teach them a lesson. Let them see that Earth is not defenseless." Orders were given. Earth's secret weapons, previously hidden from public knowledge, were activated. Shield arrays lit up in orbit around major cities. Orbital cannons hummed, ready to fire. AI-controlled drones moved into position, tracking the alien ships with precision. The scouts did not hesitate. They fired energy pulses at Earth's orbital defenses, testing shields and response times. Bright flashes streaked across the void. Explosions rippled through space, visible even from Earth's surface. Citizens watched in awe and fear as the first signs of battle lit the night sky. Raj monitored the fight from the command center. "Hold fire," he said. "Let them overcommit. Let them think they have the advantage." Elena shook her head. "They're learning too fast. If we wait too long, it could cost lives." Raj's strategy was clear. Humanity's strength was not in sheer firepower, but in strategy. The Empire expected humans to react predictably. Instead, Earth's forces used deception, lure, and precision strikes. A small fleet of human-controlled drones feigned retreat, drawing the scouts into a trap. When the alien ships entered the kill zone, Earth's orbital cannons fired simultaneously. Explosions tore through the darkness, destroying multiple scouts in seconds. Elena felt a surge of relief. "They didn't expect that," she whispered. "We caught them off guard." But the victory was small. More alien ships arrived, larger and faster than the scouts. Energy beams cut through space, targeting satellites and orbital installations. Earth's defenses absorbed much of the damage, but every strike reminded humans how fragile their planet could be against the Empire's power. In the streets below, civilians felt both fear and pride. News broadcasts showed the night sky ablaze with flashes of energy. People understood that Earth had faced a threat no one could have imagined and had survived the first encounter. Back in the command center, Raj studied the enemy's movements. They're testing our limits. They want to see what we will do next. Elena's fingers flew across the controls. We respond in ways they cannot predict. Every move counts. We can't just defend. We must teach them not to underestimate us. The battle raged for hours. Humans and machines worked together, anticipating alien maneuvers and striking with precision. Shields held, cannons fired, drones intercepted enemy beams. Every victory was hard-won. Every success was a warning to the Empire. Earth was not weak. Then came the moment that would change the course of the encounter. One of the Empire's larger ships entered the solar system, a vessel massive enough to dwarf Earth's orbital stations. Its engines glowed with energy that made the surrounding stars appear dim. The scouts had tested the defenses, but this was the main force. Admiral Hanway's voice was steady, but tense. This is the real battle. Brace yourselves. Elena's heart pounded. The ship moved with precision, scanning, calculating, preparing for attack. Every system on Earth was alerted, ready for the first strike, and then it came. Energy beams shot from the alien vessel, targeting one of Earth's orbital stations. Explosions rocked the structure, sending debris into space. The first casualties were recorded. Earth had survived, but the war had begun. Raj clenched his fists. We can't let them break through. They'll learn quickly that Earth fights back. Humans responded with everything they had. Shield generators glowed. Energy beams countered the alien attacks, and AI-controlled drones struck back with deadly accuracy. Explosions lit the darkness. A dance of fire and light across the void. The Empire's fleet realized that Earth was no ordinary planet. Humans fought with intelligence, strategy, and unpredictability. Every attack was met with a counterattack. Every move was anticipated. And slowly, the aliens began to retreat. Realizing that Earth was far stronger than their scouts had indicated, Elena breathed deeply, her eyes still on the monitors. They won't give up easily, she said. Raj nodded. No, but we showed them something important. Earth is not an easy target, and that is the message they will carry back to the Empire. The night sky above Earth was calm again, but the tension remained. The first skirmish had ended, but the war was only beginning. Humans had survived their first test, but the Galactic Empire was vast, powerful, relentless. Elena looked out at the stars. This is only the beginning. They will return. And when they do, we must be ready. Raj placed a hand on her shoulder. We will be. Humanity doesn't give up. It's not ever. And the Empire is about to learn that the hard way. Somewhere in the darkness of space, the Empire's commanders observed the battle reports. They were not amused. Humans had survived a test that would have destroyed many civilizations. They had shown cunning adaptability, strength. This planet is more dangerous than we imagined. One commander said. Prepare the main fleet, another replied. We will see if their luck holds. Terran space will either bow or burn. On Earth, humans celebrated their small victories, but knew the danger was far from over. The first skirmish had proven one thing. Earth would not be conquered easily. And as the stars twinkled above, a silent promise hung in the void. The real war had only just begun. The first skirmish was over, but the air on Earth was thick with tension. Cities were quiet, yet millions felt the unease of knowing that the Galactic Empire had noticed them. Humanity had survived the initial attack, but no one pretended the danger was over. In the United Nations Emergency Council, leaders gathered for a debate that would decide the fate of the planet. Commander Raj Patel, Dr. Elena Torres, and Admiral Hanway were among them. Their faces were tense, each aware that every word could influence the survival of humanity. The Empire is powerful, Raj said, his voice steady. They have weapons capable of destroying our cities, fleets that can cross light years in days. We cannot underestimate them. A diplomat from a major nation argued, We should send a message of peace. Show that we are willing to cooperate. Maybe this was a misunderstanding. Raj shook his head. There is no misunderstanding. Their first strike tested our defenses. They want to see if we are weak. They won't negotiate. They expect submission. If we show fear, Earth will be conquered. Lena spoke next. We have hidden advantages. Shield systems, orbital cannons, AI strategies. They don't know the full extent of our capabilities. If we plan carefully, we can defend ourselves and even make them think twice before attacking again. But what if they come with their main fleet? Asked another leader, voice trembling. Our first skirmish was barely a test. We may not survive the next attack. Admiral Han Wei stood and pointed to the display. Then we prepare. We can't control their decisions, but we can control our response. Every satellite, every cannon, every AI-controlled drone must be ready. We must assume their next strike will be stronger and smarter. If we fail, humanity fails. The council debated late into the night. Some advocated for diplomacy, others for immediate preemptive strikes. Fear and hope battled within every leader's mind. Every second was precious because the Galactic Empire was calculating, watching and waiting for Earth's next move. Meanwhile, Dr. Torres worked with engineers to improve defensive systems. Hidden bunkers were reinforced. AI programs learned enemy attack patterns. Orbital cannons were tested with precision. Every city, every military installation, every satellite had to be ready for the main assault. Raj walked through the command center, checking reports. We need strategies humans haven't tried before, he said. The Empire expects us to react predictably. Let's give them surprises they cannot anticipate. Outside Earth, the Galactic Empire's fleet commanders discussed their next steps. The planet is stronger than scouts suggested, one said. Their defenses are impressive, but they are still young. Still untested. We will see if courage alone can save them. We must strike soon, another replied. If we hesitate, their defenses will improve even further. Terran space must be claimed. On Earth, scientists discovered something extraordinary. One of the secret weapons, a dormant AI defense system, began responding independently. It analyzed enemy movements, predicted attacks, and suggested strategies that even human commanders had not considered. Alina stared at the console. It's learning faster than we imagined, she whispered. This could change everything. Raj nodded. Then we let it guide us. Humans are brave, but we need intelligence beyond our limits to survive what's coming. As the council debate ended, a plan emerged. Earth would not attack first, but it would not wait passively either. They would defend, adapt, and strike strategically. Every move would be calculated, every response precise. Humanity had survived once, and now it was preparing to survive again. On a larger scale, the world below was tense, but determined. People looked to the skies, aware of the invisible threat lurking among the stars. They were ready to endure, to fight, and to survive. In space, the Empire's scouts reported Earth's preparations. Their defenses are evolving, one commander said. They are learning quickly. They are not like other civilizations we have conquered. The Empire grew cautious. They had faced many planets, many civilizations, but Earth was different. Humans were clever, unpredictable, and united in a way that few worlds had been. Alina returned to the observation deck of the space station. She looked at the stars, imagining the fleets waiting beyond the outer planets. They are coming, she said softly. And we must be ready to meet them with everything we have. Raj joined her silently. The council has made its decision. We will defend, we will adapt, and we will not surrender. Earth will not bow to the Empire. First skirmish had taught humans one thing. Courage alone was not enough. They needed strategy, technology, and unity. And now, the full test of humanity's strength was approaching. Somewhere in the darkness of space, the Galactic Empire's commanders prepared their main fleet. They had underestimated Earth once. They would not make that mistake again. But humans had learned too, and for the first time, Galaxy would see that Earth was not a world to be conquered lightly, The battle for Terran space was far from over. The decisions made in council rooms, the strategies formed in secret labs, and the courage of every human would soon be tested like never before. And as Earth held its breath, waiting for the next strike, one thing was certain: humanity would not give up. Not now, not ever. The calm before the storm was over. The Galactic Empire had decided it was time to strike. Their main fleet, larger and deadlier than anything humans had ever imagined, moved silently through the void, a shadow that swallowed starlight. Earth's sensors picked up faint blips fleets that seemed to stretch endlessly. Commander Raj Patel stood in the command center, eyes fixed on the screens. "This is it," he said, his voice steady but tense. "The Empire's main force is here. Every system, every weapon, every human must be ready. We cannot afford mistakes." Dr. Alina Torres monitored the data streams, her fingers flying over the controls. "They're analyzing our defenses, testing shields, probing for weak points, but they're moving too fast to wait. They'll strike soon," Admiral Hanway nodded. "Then we strike first, but smart. Every drone, every orbital cannon, every AI system must hit where it hurts most. We defend, but we also show them they cannot predict us." The first wave of ships entered the outer orbit. They were massive, glowing with energy fields that made the stars around them seem dim. Smaller assault craft darted in and out, scanning, attacking, testing Earth's response. The sky above Earth shimmered with their energy beams. Satellites flickered under the onslaught, but humanity's defenses held. Raj barked orders. "Activate the orbital shields. Deploy drone squads to intercept. Focus fire on the lead ships." Explosions tore through space as human drones engaged the Empire's craft. Energy beams collided with shields in brilliant flashes of light. The Empire's ships were powerful, but Earth's tactics were precise and deadly. Every maneuver had been calculated, every strike anticipated. Alina watched as a fleet of alien assault craft attempted to flank the planet. "They're trying to divide our defenses," she shouted. "Redirect all drones to intercept. Shield arrays focus on the southern sector." The first casualties were inevitable. Satellites were destroyed, and some orbital installations were damaged. But the humans fought with determination, courage, and ingenuity. The Empire expected a slow, fearful planet, but instead they met a calculated, deadly resistance. Hours passed, and the battle intensified. Energy beams streaked across space, drones zipped between massive ships, and explosions lit the void. Humanity's secret weapons performed beyond expectations. Shields adapted in real time, AI systems predicted enemy movements, and orbital cannons struck with unerring accuracy. Raj studied the displays, noting the Empire's reaction. "They're surprised," he said. "They didn't expect resistance like this. Keep pressing." Lena's eyes widened as one of Earth's AI-controlled systems executed a maneuver that destroyed an enemy cruiser larger than most human cities. "They won't forget this," she whispered. "Not in 1,000 years." The Empire's commanders realized Earth was far stronger than they had predicted. Every attack was countered. Every strategy anticipated. And slowly, frustration spread among the alien fleet. They had underestimated humanity's ingenuity, courage, determination. Admiral Hanway's voice boomed over the command center. "Prepare for the final wave. Concentrate everything we have. This is our chance to show the galaxy that Earth will not fall." The final wave struck. Massive energy beams tore through space, targeting orbital stations, cities, and satellites. Earth's defenses absorbed much of the attack, but the strain was immense. Humans pushed every system to the limit, firing weapons, redirecting drones, and adjusting shields in real time. Alina felt her heart pound. "We can do this," she shouted. "We have to do this." Then, a new development. One of Earth's hidden weapons, a massive energy array previously unseen by the Empire, activated. It emitted a pulse that swept across the void, striking the alien fleet with precise, devastating power. Several ships were destroyed instantly, their energy fields collapsing in brilliant flashes. Raj grinned. "Now they know. We are not weak. and Terran space is forbidden for a reason. The Empire's remaining ships began to retreat, damaged and wary. They had tested Earth. They had underestimated humanity. And now they realized that this planet, small and blue, is a force to be reckoned with. Alina exhaled, leaning against the console. "We did it," she said softly. "We survived, and they know not to underestimate us again." Raj looked out the window at the stars. This is only the beginning. They will return bigger, stronger, and smarter. But we have shown them that Earth is not an easy target. And next time, we will be even more ready. The world celebrated cautiously. Humanity had survived its first major battle against a galactic power. The victory was hard-earned, but it sent a clear message across the stars. Earth is not to be conquered. Terran space is forbidden, somewhere far away in the darkness of space. The Empire's commanders studied the battle reports. "This planet is unlike any we have faced," one admitted. "They are clever, adaptable, and strong. We must reconsider our strategy before the next attack." Earth had won this battle, but the war was far from over. Humans had survived a test that would have destroyed many other civilizations. And now they were stronger, smarter, and more united than ever. The stars above Earth seemed to shine brighter that night, as if acknowledging the courage of a small planet that refused to bow. And in the void beyond, the Galactic Empire was thinking, planning, and preparing for the next encounter. The first major battle was over. But the galaxy had learned one undeniable truth: humanity would fight, and humanity would survive. The sky above Earth was quiet for the first time in days, but the calm was deceptive. Every sensor, every satellite, every weapon system remained active. The Galactic Empire had retreated for now, but they would return. Humans knew that. They also knew that the next encounter could decide the fate of the planet. Commander Raj Patel stood in the command center, studying the reports. "They underestimated us before," he said, voice calm but firm. "This time, we make sure they never forget Earth exists." Dr. Elena Torres checked the energy arrays one last time. The secret weapons, the orbital shields, and AI-controlled drones were ready. Humanity's strongest and most advanced systems had been hidden for this very moment. "It's time," she whispered. "Time to show the galaxy what Earth is capable of." Far beyond the outer planets, the Galactic Empire's main fleet regrouped. Their ships gleamed with power, massive engines glowing ominously. Commanders discussed the reports from the first encounter. "They are clever, unpredictable, and stronger than we anticipated," one said. "We must strike decisively. They cannot be allowed to survive again." But they had not seen everything. Earth had one final secret weapon, a force that had been dormant, waiting for this precise moment. Its power was beyond comprehension, capable of striking an entire fleet before they could react. As the Empire's fleet approached, Earth's defenses activated fully. Orbital shields shimmered like a dome over major cities. Energy beams hummed, ready to strike. AI systems coordinated movements, predicting enemy maneuvers with near-perfect accuracy. Humans had learned, adapted, and were ready. The first wave of assault craft entered orbit, and Earth struck immediately. Energy beams tore through the void, cutting down ships before they could fire. Drones swarmed, attacking with precision. Shields held firm. The Empire's forces realized immediately that Earth had grown stronger since the last skirmish. Raj watched the battle unfold. "Focus fire on the command ships. If they fall, the fleet will retreat," he ordered.